A very good morning to you and welcome to the latest episode of Freeworld News. So just to start very quickly, I'd just like to talk a little bit about demand and what's happening
Yeah.
with regard to that at the moment. Are we seeing fluctuations?
Well, demand is very, very quiet because prices are high. With the almonds, we're waiting for the objective now, which is out on Wednesday. That's the objective report, which is a scientific, well, a statistically valid way of looking at what the next year's crop is going to be like. This year's crop is going to be like for Californian almonds. And the market's kind of quiet in anticipation of what's going to come. Otherwise, generally speaking, demand seems to be reasonably okay. It doesn't seem to be injured in Brazil nuts and flames and the other products that we're dealing with. It's just that a lot of people are on holiday and things are pretty quiet.
Okay. And so we've seen major developments happen with this Greek exit situation and the euro.
Yeah, that's now reaching ahead.
So looking closer to the situation where it's
very much. Well, I think default is on the books. Tomorrow is Greece has to pay 1.6 billion euros to the IMF. That's not going to happen, and the IMF has said no further delays. So at the moment, Greece is basically voting with its feet, and on Sunday, the coming Sunday, when it's theoretically too late, there'll be a vote in the Parliament. But whether to accept the proposals from the ECB and the IMF, which are essentially austerity measures and do affect their pensions, which are some of the most generous pensions in the EC.
Yeah.
So the time for negotiations is over, and the next thing we're looking at is whether there's a run on the bank. When it became clear that there was no more talking now, the euro fell by 1.6 cents. It happened over the weekend, which means that all the markets closed, and the first market to open is Wellington.
Yeah.
So essentially, the chap in Wellington had a whole pile of sell orders on the euro, which he couldn't execute because he couldn't find any buyers. So in that dead space, the euro closed at 1.1166 and then opened at 1.1002.
Sure.
So 1.6 cents, which is the biggest I've ever seen it fall in that gap in the market. In the morning, though, we've actually had some sort of euro support, and from the wonderful world of Twitter, it may be that the ECB itself is intervening and buying the euro to try and stop the price. Meanwhile, what everybody is looking at is capital leaving Greece. We have the situation, the Greek government's announced that banks are to stay closed all week till the vote on the Sunday, so Greek banks are shut. And they will say the auto tellers will be working again by midday today.
Yeah.
Maximum you can take out is 60 euros a day.
Yeah.
If I was somebody who had money in a Greek bank,
what would he do? What would he be thinking?
I would be desperately looking for some sort of way of getting the money out, whether it's with I don't know what happens with credit cards, Greek credit cards, are they working? Cash is always best, but it looks like basically all financial transactions in Greece are on hold till
the decision's made.
Till the decision's made.
And the decision's looking unlikely that there's going to be full payout, right?
Well, it looks like they're going for default. So if there's default, then Greece leaves the euro, and I assume that means that the Greek banks can only pay out in IOU. So there'll be some sort of they'll have to start printing money, drachma.
So it's just a waiting game right now. Again, we look forward to hearing your opinions on what's happening right now, and we wish you a very good week. Until next time, goodbye.